right, well, let's keep our eyes on the AWP battles on Dust2. Nuke. Sirison found his impact on the CT side, but now he can be an absolute menace on both sides of the map. And AWP's paradise is Dust2 as we kick things off. Big will be on the T side, and Zentares, he's been taken down very quickly.
When you go for the ramp and that happens, Frozen's might have been a better time to go for it, but how is he still alive? He did do a fair bit of damage, got a fair bit of information too. That's got to be bomb spotted. So you can see the mad rotations coming in, but Rops needs to buy time and stay alive. Gets one, but goes down.
Yeah, it's well to find one, to be honest. It's Bemis and Frozen with their powers combined, the best Tabson. And so it begins, ladies and gentlemen. Tizian keeping his head tucked for Carrigan's line of sight. Sirison. So many targets. He's going to get a little bit overwhelmed. He has the bomb, by the way, so finding this frag has actually made the round winnable. Sirison, surely not another. He's dancing with the devil. It's Carrigan. And Carrigan says no. Now he's got the bomb and a winnable 1v1. It was previously looking rather sketchy. Now he can tuck in on this box, and this is a power position. Uh-oh. Tizian now operating under the assumption. Carrigan tags up another, down to 69. Just needs to finish the job. Tizian does collect and pick it up. This is twice now we've seen these guys start off with a one-on-one in the pistol. Yeah,
and big stuff there from Sirison for them to even have a shout in that round. Carrigan kicked things off over towards Long, looked to close it down towards that B side of things. Not to be. And now, will we see the force bite of Mouse coming on through? This is Frozen going down, and then the USP doing damage through window. Chris J looking the wrong way. Demas getting clotheslined. And it will be the force. Chris J onto the scout. Zeus for Rops with the deagle and armor. And that's a tag.
Yeah, so you're feeling good. You're feeling frisky. You bought yourself a Zeus, a deagle, and an armor, and now you're working with 61 points of health. That's no fun for anyone. Tizian's out long.
I was obviously looking for Keto in that first round after that P250 adventure he went on.
Hello, talking of adventures, Lauren.
Yeah, Chris J's just going right up the middle of the map. Now, they haven't actually pushed that much towards Long just yet. Now, Chris J's timing could be everything. Look at Zentares coming around spawn. It looks like Zentares is checking for this, but you check it, but you probably don't expect it. And that's going to throw a spanner in the works for the T side, because they know there's a bit of a timer. They feel a bit pressured. Now, Chris J's going to fall away from this, but I'm pretty sure he's got great deals of information now to work off. That's all been relayed.
Yep. Frozen has a flash here, so just keep your eyes on that.
Bemis drops a smoke to work around. It does mean that Tizian won't have a guaranteed clear sight. He's trying to use the smoke to buy time, and he's done a very good job at it, but he will eventually be found. Chris J's scout not lasting much longer either. Tizian did catch a scout bullet. Frozen. Oh, here's the reload. Catching Tabson with a dink. Not enough. And only Rops, not forgetting that he caught the brutal and pointy end of the scout at the start of this one, tagged down to 61. If he plays the time, perhaps there's a world where Big Clan start exiting Long. Oof.
They're not certain he's there. That was just a couple of warning shots through the box.
Hey, it could be that 10-second ninja defuse, boys.
They've seen him, I think.
Never mind.
I was hoping the plan might have been for sure. We could have had a little bit of, you know, fun times. Rops is going to make it costly, actually. That's very good work. I think Sirison can run back and get maybe one of the rifles. Yeah, so at least the AK's back into control. But round on the board for Big, it did get a little dicey.
Should be the save now from Mouse. So round number 3. Rush, you want to do this one?
Hello, welcome.
Give us the whole round.
Come on, Rush, let's give it some.
This is like you're doing like American Idol.
Right.
But for casting.
Okay.
And it's just in front of your friends.
Hashtag the cast off.
Yeah, that sounds good to me. And it looks like a scout back on Chris J. Tizian. He's thinking about going towards Long. And if he does, he's got to be careful. Chris J is a monster with the scout. I wouldn't peek him in a million years, let alone today. And that's exactly what whoever died just did. I don't have
Number
8. But now, number 09, putting a bit of pressure onto B. Ignore that, what's going on over there. This is where the bomb is. There's a headshot from Frozen instead. Tabson going to pick up a quick one-tap there onto Chris, looking very crisp. But they are pushing into the only player. Ignore the sticker bug. And looks like they lose the round.
I'm going to be honest, the start of that, wonderful. He fell off a bit at the 0 and 9 conversation.
I think that was more down to the whole
observing. Of course,
he missed 2 kills, and I think the guilt kind of distracted him.
Well, unimportant kills, unimportant.
What's the one that they have where they hit the red button and the chair turns around?
The voice?
That's the one. I would have hit the red button, Rush, so...
course you would.
Is that good?
Join, yeah, you
That's
can
a
join
good
my
one.
team.
It
Is that like
opens
the
up the
golden
floor
button?
and you like fall into like...
That means I'm picking you.
All right, well, thanks. I appreciate that. I hope to see an arena one day and be out on the...
I forgot what arenas feel
Same.
like, to be
I
honest.
mean, that'd be nice for all of us, let's be honest. Double AWP CT side. Chris J and Rops,
Yo.
first big investment. They've come out with the Rolly. They're looking a little too flush at this point. Forced off the angle, but we aren't seeing Carrigan on it. It doesn't seem to matter. Chris J has been surgically removed from Dust2.
Emus has done very well to find CS, and that was the AWP as well. If he gets posted up on Gandalf, long becomes a nightmare, especially when you've got Carrigan on a measly MP9. And Chad, why am I already thinking about a save call?
Because of that double AWP investment, it was very, very costly. You may as well keep one up in Rops' hands, but if they can at least tighten the noose around Big and constrict these saved guns from getting on out of dodge, they can do damage financially. Still time to go for this. Carrigan going forward, and now that he's fallen, I think that might be all she wrote.
Yeah, I mean, at least containing the exits, there's going to be plenty of places for Big to save, and it seems that they're more concerned about maintaining their weapons. Of course, already losing one of them. Where did Chris J go down?
Down mid-long. He was the first little X to go down, so they won't be able to pick that up from the car position. Tabson's salvaged their WP for Sirison going forward into round number 5, and consider the loss bonus situation. So these 3 saved guns from Mousesports means they will be able to purchase in again. BMS will be able to drop a rifle. Same will be done from Frozen. Can buy himself back. He's got 3,600. Should be able to get the nades he needs. And they'll just be rocking the single AWP setup here going into round number 5. Unable to afford the double AWPs. It feels like they've changed things up a little bit. I thought it was Carrigan AWPing mid-long the other day when against Na'Vi. So looks like a change here already. Frozen over towards B. Rops is over towards middle. 3 players trying to lock down any long aggression, but it looks like it's going to be a hit towards the B side of things.
Frozen waiting. The other 2 being kept busy by the 1 player by the door. This looks like a victory for the T's, at least towards the B-bomb side, unless Frozen. I don't even know how he converted the first. He looked done for, but the smoke's still up. Where's that bomb?
This is a real nasty situation. 2 rounds in a row where Mousesports' best option is to save, and that's just that's evidence of a well-structured T side. Seeing Big Clan are on fast. Wait, hang on. What's that game called? What's the stream called?
Wheel of Fortune.
Awesome games done quick. They're looking to get this Dust2 done ASAP.
So I wasn't close with Wheel of Fortune, but I tried.
Yeah,
I just throwing things out there.
Respect to
I was
you for
thinking
being,
like, the price is right.
It's sweet.
Price is right.
You know.
Who wants to be a millionaire?
You were there for me, and I appreciate that.
Just name the game shows.
Yeah.
All right, well, round 5. 5-0, Mousesports, max loss bonus. We'll be able to purchase in again. Exactly what I said last round.
Again.
Just clone it. Pretend I said it.
Yeah.
And that's round 6.
So can we scout for some parkour spots around the rooftops of Dust2? So to your left, I'm thinking like there's a ladder section. Yeah, I think we could
Oh, you saw it to the right there.
Yeah, no, this is what I'm thinking. So we could do a nice little
green box.
Oh, we could mantle up those. Or,
Yep.
Yeah, that's fun. We could have like Chad would be using the ladder on the other side. And then once you get up there, I think we could clear.
I reckon I
Do you
can
think we could clear the gap
I
from
reckon
there
I
to
can make
there?
the jump. Yeah.
So what you're saying is RPing Assassin's Creed.
I mean, essentially, but in real life with real
Let's go to
consequences.
Lauren's house. We can go on the roof at hers.
Please don't.
Yeah, and then
I really don't want
get
that.
the drone in the air. That would be a pretty sweet shot.
No.
All right.
No.
Triple AWPs in the server and a flashbang to catch Carrigan. He's evaded the first. He doesn't the second, and he gets his vision back in time.
Oh!
Spray. He maintains it and stabilizes. Zantara steps up to the plate. Bomb recovery, and he's actually done it right under the nose of Carrigan. So this, if this translates to Big Clan's way, this is entirely thanks to Zantara's in that frag.
Well, if they deal with Frozen up towards window here, Rops is going to be isolated towards the back of platform with the AWP. Has a smoke to drop to help himself out, but the duel will be with Frozen as the mid-to-B smokes come on through. Taking their time here, Big, not rushing this. There's a gap.
Like that a lot. Tizian's not expecting to be exposed there, and he's trying to work the gap again. It's Pearson, though, rarely missing. Did get tagged down to 50.
Carrigan's pushing long, it looks like, so they have to watch their backs. This is on a timer.
Pearson heading B, and the timing's perfect from Rops. Vigilant. Double AWPs maintained. Carrigan will be closing this gap. It will be up to Zantara. If he finds Rops in plant, it would not be this round because he's already gone down. Double kill for Carrigan and Rops respectively.
This was great stuff from Carrigan here. He's in no man's land. You can see the risk he's taking, just hoping that his team's flashes are better than their flashes to get him out into the open to find a frag. And well, in that case, the coin toss, he won it. And that's sometimes what it comes down to. It is literally just the timing of the flashes as they're landing and how this T-sided team, when they're taking space, are looking to avoid those white screens.
Do you know what? If we're seeing good rifling out of Carrigan, let's say he finds a bit of comfort on long, this could be a nice switch up, seeing the AWPs come in with Chris J and Robs. We'll see if that continues forward, though. This is one round where it's looked good. Maybe the flashes were just a little bit better for the CTs, left him a little less white than the E side.
This makes more sense role-wise as well, having Chris on that secondary AWP. I think, you know, Carrigan can be serviceable with it, but having Chris doing it, someone who is going to be needed to step on up, especially against those cat executes. Oh, they're going for long isolation smokes here.
Carrigan's thrown his own, but they are going to disrespect it. Oh, that was a good chance. He knows he needs help. Beamer's supporting flashes. Multiple targets. Carrigan's got to have some help, but they might just have to leave him on an island here. There's 4 players. How is he still alive? 14 bullets. He needs 1. Can't find anything. And now Big Clan looking to just continue where they left off in round 5.
And while this happens, Xantares hit mid, so any rotations that were starting to lean, he already sliced that through, which is such a really nice play, and yet they need to get out. Those AWPs are so valuable to them, they haven't really had the chance to bring them into play much.
That was very simple stuff from Big there, and the smoke coming over from middle as opposed to coming over the long doors means if there was someone posted up on the corner, might not have seen it as early. Now the bomb will go down. 40-second timer will begin right now. Money is not looking great for Big, considering they will find themselves 6-1 up. It's not fantastic, but they want to chase. Look at this. tabseN so quick, about to be greeted with Rops. AWP gets taken out. And now at this point, the remainder of Big know exactly where the CTs may be lying. Do they want to continue to hunt? I would recommend just holding on to your rifles, building up a bit of a bank, get that $3,500 win bonus coming on through, and say that as a bit of a nest egg. Use these rifles as an investment into the following, and know that there will be the double AWPs on the other side of the server. Mousesports 6-1 in the hole. Might look for a bit of a change on the CT side. If they want to go more direct with these rifles, you can look for cat boost. Maybe get Chris J mounted up short, go aggressive for a pick towards middle. An upper dark push. The 2 rifles potentially on the cards here. But this was the opening right there. As they were putting pressure on long, you could see Chris J having to rotate from that CT spawn position to help out the A defenders. It's taken out in transition. And the money is great for Mouse. It doesn't mean anything unless they start posting some rounds on the board. Rops has 5K. Everybody else close to 4. Carrigan's the only one lowish on cash. He's opted for the AUG, so bring out the scoped rifle. And away we go. So 2 towards B. They're tucked in straight away. Mid is a massive avenue, and it looks like we're setting up for an immediate B hit on Big. All 5 members towards the upper tunnels, Lauren.
This is incredibly substantial investment of players. They can't really back away from this, so it is that full investment. Rob's fully blind, has to turn. Comes back around now, but they're already out, but Frozen in support. Here comes that next bit of contact. Frozen the only one alive now. Support's on the way, but it's still a little way off. tabseN leaps across.
Yeah.
You don't pre-aim that, do you?
No, you don't even start spraying mid-air. It's rare to see that connect. Chris J hoping for the shot. He does hit the shin.
Oh my God, that's 2.
2 into the shin pad. tabseN will get that bomb down. Retaking B, never fun, but SkullNerd actually being knocked off, and they boost over for the gap. I like it. I really like it. Not going to get anything this time. Carrigan being ahead of the smoke could have had benefits, but...
You should save.
Yeah, I'm afraid we are just going to once again say the same word.
Jame, time, Jame.
Save time, save time.
Okay, well, 7 on the board for Big now. Inferno map number 3. Looking more and more likely as there are some moments where Mousesports could turn these rounds on their head, but Big seem to right the ship, make sure that they're able to convert and keep 3 alive. Now they are building a little bit of that bank that I was prefacing in the previous. Big kill from Xantares there onto Rops, and then tabseN, the leap of faith. Just hoping that Frozen doesn't go for that adjustment. He's opening up a wider line of sight there. So Frozen, if he goes for that kill and then the other players are coming out to trade standard from the tunnels, Frozen can't be in 2 places at once. But the saved guns mean Mousesports can buy again. Still a decent amount of money in the bank. Max loss bonus will continue to come on through, so you'll be able to see them fight round after round. But eventually, they're going to have to start going for some of these retakes. Score 7-1, 9 rounds into play. SkullNerd not landing the shot there on BMS, and he even dives back over. Very brave boy.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that seemed very strange. I guess they didn't think he would stand in the Molotov for so long, but he did. He's down to 6, but he's found the opening kill, and that's all that matters.
Yeah, and Big are finding success wherever they seem to go. It's very, very diligent from them. I love that isolation play towards Carrigan, towards Pit, that smoke that came across from Xantares. And that's, you know, 1 out of the 9 rounds you could pretty much go to here for them. So Xantares looking like he wants to work towards B. Now, there is a player pushed up. That's Chris J. Oh, he doesn't land the shot. It looked close enough, but now Chris J is in danger. They've been trying to keep these AWPs into play as much as possible. Now Sirison aware of the presence. Decide what they go for. It looks like a fast play up Cat as a response.
Okay. See how far it gets them. 60 seconds. And with the man advantage, the nade does just chip away at some of the healthier members of Big Clan.
Have 3 smokes here, Alex. They could go for a bit of a standard A execute off of this with Sirison and Tizian. Sirison's in spawn, so actually they've only got 1 smoke available over towards Cat. Xantares is over towards Long. Not sure what they're going to do with this.
Why is Sirison so disconnected from the squad?
I think it's his low HP and Chris's earlier aggression. But 30 seconds, that's going to buy so much time.
Rosen does catch Keto's cheeky business, but he also is going to communicate that it's a potential B hit. Means Chris readies his aim. Finds the first, a second, perhaps even a third. The flashes are to slow them down. Got to get this repeat timing just right. And he does. Catches Tizian underneath the jump of Tapson and not quite finishing the job. His teammates should have that one covered, and they finish it off with style. So a second round found. It was Mousesports, and a big thank you to Frozen for getting that information. They don't save the AWP. That's why Chad's made that grunt.
They can still afford it.
Moan.
It was
That was a moan?
Yeah, it was the higher.
Higher.
Rather than being, you know, quite guttural. Yeah, there it is.
That was a grunt.
Perfect. Thank you.
All right, I'll keep that in mind, guys.
Yeah, so just, I mean, you know,
To you.
I don't know, if you'd prefer to grunt over moan,
Yeah.
that's your choice.
Depends on the situation, I suppose.
I suppose, yeah, it's more of a situational thing.
True.
Situational moan.
Oh, Ross doesn't need to waste that Molotov right there. Now, getting cat control again is big, but doing it quicker this time round. Tabson's down to the Deagle, everybody else sitting pretty with rifles. Now they can try and go for one of these set pieces towards the A side of things. On the other side, they will be dealing with Chris J. He's tucked on in, waiting for sound cues. We'll probably go for a jiggle every 3 to 4 seconds. Smoke out for the mid to B.
He's playing with fire beamers. Holding out his nades. Good shot from Rops. He spotted another as well, so his priorities do become containing the B push, but at this point, they are just outside the main door. Tizzy trying to fake it out, and he does catch beamers. Quickly, Rops losing his life as well. Tapson's just walked into B and demanded respect, demanded a plant. He's got it. I can't believe I'm saying it, but Mousesports refusing to save this round, surely. After it's been time after time, they just sit and watch the big number get larger. Has to be a go now. You have to give it all you've got. Sirson so quick. The dink not enough. Chris to clutch. So many targets to find. The molly on the bomb as well surely confirms it. A no scope. Perhaps there's a chance. A kit picked up. He has to get on it now. Has to get on it now. Pushing, pushing. And he's missed! Oh, that's a yikes from me, dog. 3 for Chris J and for Mousesports. That is a return of investment. We saw it happen alternatively.
Oh, no.
It's happened to Big Clan before. Let's see how this started. He gets the double into B. Yeah.
Bloody hell.
No scope. Hit.
Sirson's like banging these nutty, you know, spicy shots. Chris J just, ooh, somebody come get her.
The wiggle, though. The wiggle's the strat.
It worked.
Oh, that's a filthy round.
Amazing.
Oh, dear. Okay. Well,
That has tickled my pickle, as you say, Alex.
You don't see those all too often. Enjoy it while it lasts. Let's see if Mousesports can make any of that into something substantial.
if they win this one, and then they convert another gun round, which will be round number 12, there's still a chance they can win this half. It definitely didn't feel likely with how the early stages of Dust2 was going. But after a round like that, definitely inspires, I don't know, a bit of confidence, but definitely a good mood within the camp. Chris J set up. Beamer's playing in tandem, ready to play off of any of that information you can see here. Most likely going to Under Armour flash as they start executing through bridge. Good flashes.
It's worked quite well before. BMAS, 1 for 1. I thought he'd have a little more work than that, if I'm honest, but Pearson want to try and make up for a bit of a fumble. Not exactly easy for him before, but there's the plant coming in from Tabson. Retake time. Not droves of utility either to play with. Here goes Carrigan, though, quickly up towards a ramp, sprays in, gets Searson, frozen towards Tabson. And now just 2. Where's Xantares in all this? I guess he's the only one with the rifle, and he does have a molly.
Yeah, he's going to try and flash high, just enough to get the molly down, but Frozen, he was ready, and actually landing the dink as the flash pops.
He dinked him blind.
Yeah, completely blind, pulls the trigger and connects.
Xantares doesn't have enough money to fully invest into this round, so it will most likely be the Galil instead of the AK-47, and normally you want the AKs for the full buy, so there it is. Flashed on up, not as blind as we thought, as Frozen has a chance to readjust, takes down Xantares, puts 4 rounds on the board, 7-4 the scoreline for Big now. Losing a little bit of gas, a little bit of steam, as double ops are still looking strong for Mouse. Chris J and Rops wielding those. 7 and 8 kills respectively. Searson, the man on the other side with 9 kills to his name. I bet he's going to be regretting that fumble against Chris J on the other side of things. This half could have looked completely different with that round coming into their favor. That's a freebie right there. And this is some of the things when you're trying to prepare for Mouse. How can you prepare for this? These plays, they're not routines yet. They're just random pushes. And Chris...
Wow. I guess that's how you deal with them.
Yeah, I guess you flick to the head with the AK and you get him.
You've let the secret go again that you just click on the head and it's super.
Whoops. Yeah, I keep forgetting to...
Come on.
Yeah. The simple side of Counter-Strike.
Mid control is through here. Now, Frozen's getting a little curious about this, and he's right to be feeling such. That's going to be a rifle showing the barrel appears, but he desperately wanted Tabson and loses his life for it. But while this happens, Chris J pushes up at long.
It's all on Rops. This round will be determined by Rops. If he gets a kill, then they play. If he doesn't, Chris had a freebie there. If Rops doesn't get a kill, though, they will likely have to save. So he's opted for a passive approach. Anti-flash. There's a smoke, so as they walk out, his frag will determine their fate. And he's missed it. Xantares opens up the sight, and now his teammate BMAS is close enough to contest, but what can you do? A new smoke arrives.
Chris can flash and he can go. That's about it.
Eye in the sky. Executed. And eliminated. Ooh, nice little bunny hop, though. He gets a good bit of acceleration.
What was the form on that? Did we like that little hop there?
It was a pretty nice hop, you know. He hit the perfect frame when he landed to keep that momentum going, and I liked the air strafe in midair. It didn't pay out to a whiff from Tabson, but, you know, it was still pretty nice.
Okay, thank you.
Rush, the movement expert here.
There it is. Ba-boom. Oh.
And we get back underway. So... double ops once more for Mousesports. Money definitely dwindling at this point of the game. Bottom of the barrel for Rops, Frozen, and Carrigan. Well, BMAS as well as early nade damage. Does he want to peek again? May have seen the barrel. Doesn't seem likely now that he's tucking on back through. So a lot of mid-control taken from Big here. No pressure over towards Long. They are applying some towards Catwalk. It looks like they're setting up for another B split. So continuing to punish Frozen and Rops over towards that side of the map.
Quite bold considering they're some of the higher performers, but clearly it's working quite well, so no judgment here. Chris J unable to see Tabson as he just tucked his head down.
Oh
Chris J, the adjustment. Very, very swift.
Wow, it felt like he had it all day to hit that shot there, Tabson, but Chris, as quick as you like, gets them the number advantage. This is an important round right here. Xantares is still over towards upper tunnels. He's going to be such a nuisance on these lurks, but a kill needs to come through from Big. They know that Long is open. There is a chance that a push could come through there at any point in time.
Carrigan's got the info on Long now. Confirming there's nobody home. So as the dribble smoke and molly are deployed towards B, they start to progress towards short. It is going to be a flash from Searson, and they go. Chris J says no. Tizian gone. Bemis on Goose, and a good flash from Keto, actually catching his teammate. None of the CTs doing the dance. This, as outlined by Chad, is a crucial round, and it's gone perfectly for Mousesports. Chris J's double really is the of the deal. Carrigan Just a little scrap of invisible does bait Keto out, and he's hit 2 of the neatest shots he could possibly hit. Chris J hoping to kill him after time. Not anymore, he won't.
Brave boy picking there as well. I think he wants to try and save the orb.
Hey.
Oh, he's gone down after time. Look what that's
Just
done to
money
his bank
line.
balance. That's 1,800. So he's in a real rough spot. And the money was going to be tight for Big regardless. Nice shot by Chris in transition there. This is the second one as he's repositioned over towards ramp. So yeah, check this out. The money is strapped. And Keto not getting any loss bonus coming on through there means he's even lower in the barrel than he should have been. So moving forward into round 14, it will just be the save coming out from Big. They need to make an absolute miracle happen with these Glocks. There's one Deagle, one P250 in play. Zantares and Sirison are wielding the upgraded pistols. Zantares even has a flashbang. Early utility over towards tunnels will lick up Keto for a total of 1 damage. But this should be an absolute slaughter over to the B side of things. Rops is going to... Oh, the flash is missed as well.
Okay, Rops. Oh. Didn't get the shot he wanted. That time will. Frozen, overwhelmed. Rops goes down. They've made this very costly. They've got the AWP. They can probably get a rifle quick. Tizian tried to play ahead of it. Had to be bold, I guess, in these scenarios. And Keto just having to take the beating here. Playing Ring Ring of Roses and loses.
So, yeah, look, a respectable half out of Mousesports here, considering how this game started. They can still walk away with 7 CT-sided rounds. And what looked so good for Big now mustn't be feeling so good whatsoever. You can get off to a flyer of a start, but if you can't continue that pace, if you can't continue to keep your foot on the gas in that regard, you're going to be down.
I mean, this is a product as well as of Mousesports, you know, reserved state of play. The fact that they saved so many of those rounds that were, you know, by the percentages not favorable, has enabled them to continue to present and equip themselves with a viable buy into these closing stages of this first half, second map, second series.
The T-half was pretty rough against Na'Vi just the other
Yeah,
day.
it was
So
the CT side that did it, right?
yeah, so we need to keep our eyes on what they've been able to work on with their T side of things from Mousesports. But Big, they're up against it right now. This is elimination. This is the lower bracket. Winner goes on to play Astralis first thing tomorrow.
Oof, quick reaction, Sirson eliminating Chris. That's the AWP gone.
On that T side, up against Na'Vi, you had Chris J.
Oh, he tagged him as well.
Oh.
Baller stuff from Robs. He mollies
Is he
him,
pushing it?
hits the flick, and assumes Zantares is repositioning. USP out on the hunt, denying anything.
Love that info.
Yeah.
I love the info he can relay. And now everyone can kind of prepare themselves. On short, you can push up. You can get ready for this. The shadow shows. Taps and falls. The follow-up's great towards Sirison, but look towards Keto. Still taking space towards middle.
Oh.
Big work from Zantares, but Rob's quick. He was there way ahead of where they expected. But Keto's position is a problem, but so is that bombs.
Bomb's short. Can he confirm it? He can't. I don't know if they communicate it to him. 25 seconds though, and the bomb's going to be picked up by Tizian, so they should have enough time for plant. $15 seconds. All this additional time might plant the seed that he could potentially be coming from long, but he has grabbed himself an AK and starts his advance. All the nades he desires, everything he could possibly desire for a 1 versus 2. Oh, and Tizian hits the perfect headshot. That's 9-6. Big Clan, a big lead squandered. It's 9-6. It's competitive as we head to the break. Don't give in.
respeten de veras y que lloren cuando mueras. Deja de mirar la acera y levanta la cabeza. Sigue pa'lante y no temas, resolverás los problemas. Ay, mamá, si una cosa no te gusta, cámbiala. Si la situación te asusta, enfréntala. Si la vida es injusta, tú grita. Deja de callar, escucha. Si la alegría te abraza, acéptala. Si la suerte no te roza, búscala. Nunca te prives de la felicidad, de tu libertad. De tu libertad. De tu libertad. Tengo la fuerza, vivir no me espanta. Si me conoces, sabe bien que no soy santa. No me privo de lo que me encanta. Si no hay razones para que lo haga, no. Me gustan los problemas, sabe que yo ando como quiera, no digo que no. Yo soy a mi manera, no me arrepiento. Escucha mi consejo, mi amigo. Vive una vida llena de personas que te quieran, que te respeten de veras y que lloren cuando mueras. Deja de mirar la acera y levanta la cabeza. Sigue pa'lante y no temas, resolverás los problemas. Ay, mamá, si una cosa no te gusta, cámbiala. Si la situación te asusta, enfréntala. Si la vida es injusta, tú grita. Deja de callar, escucha. Si la alegría te abraza, acéptala. Si la suerte no te roza, búscala. Nunca te prives de la felicidad, de tu libertad.
Berlin International Gaming clash with Mousesports. I think I just worked something out, Chad. You know the logo for Bear, the big clan is a bear paw?
Yeah.
And you know how like Berlin and bears is kind of an icon?
The mascot over there
it
or
is,
something.
yeah, like they have like, they call themselves Berliners.
But yeah, okay. I have seen plenty of bears over
I
there.
see what's going on here.
They worked it out.
It's all quite clever.
Smart branding.
Yes, it is. But of course, I am Machine, joined by Sponge and Pansy. We're into our second half, and it does seem that Mousesports have done the necessary damage in the first to at least plant some seeds of potential for a 2-0. However, I will remind you that Chad has already reminded us of the T-side woes of Dust2 for Mouse previously. How much have they tidied up? A pistol win certainly would start things off with a bang. A P250 has been thrown into Frozen's hands, so expect to see him doing dirty things.
I feel like it's necessary, this pistol.
Yeah, a must-win pistol.
And I also want to highlight Chris J and Carrigan both really struggled on that T side specifically. 2 kills for Carrigan and only 3 for Chris J, so really didn't get off to a flying start at all. Obviously, Na'Vi a different opponent here. Tizian, good amount of information early. That nade sadly doesn't reach much of a destination, but that shot will. Sirison going to take the head off of Rops.
Okay, that is the pistol for the job. The duel all the way down middle. Tizian gets taken out. That's going to put pressure on Zantares, who's trying to stop this cap push. Sirison gets dinked on up. Beamass, I love to see it. He's going to take him from lower tunnels with the Glock. And now Mousesports are looking poised.
Yeah, I mean, the reason Zantares is fighting so much is because he knows if he doesn't, then this round's practically over. 4 of them gathered on short. Smokes deployed. Bomb likely to be planted. It's Chris J to take the head off of Tabson. That does make things difficult. And oh, from above, Frozen strikes. He wants more. He's postured just to catch anybody that chooses to leave the CT spawn. And unfortunately for Keto, he's got 4 targets bouncing around, even holding his exits.
This is just a hard loss to stomach, I think, if you are big. Knowing where they were earlier in the year against the Mousesports, who have recently added BMAS. They have less than 40 maps played with him since the addition. And here's the youngster now, seeing if he can lop off yet another head. This kid's doing schoolwork. He's playing professional level of Counter-Strike. He's going beast mode against Na'Vi just the other day. He's doing it all. And Mousesports are in one of these honeymoon periods. Now, they are playing a good style of Counter-Strike, and I think a little bit looser CS works with a lot of names within this team. You know, you don't need to be super regimented when you have aim like a lot of them do to bail them out of scenarios. It also is making life a lot harder for teams like the bigs of the world to counter-strat them. But the problem with that style of CS is that if your players are having off days, if they're not hitting those monstrous shots that we come to expect, oh, Keto gets tagged on up by Chris. It's a battle of the Scout Masters, actually. Chris J versus Sirison. This could have been the storyline in itself. The two of these individuals throughout their careers have loved the Scout. Let's see who comes out on top.
Oh.
He's biffing, he's battling the toe-to-toe. Sirison's down to 4.
Blooming help. And you're right. I think Chris J always see as the, you know,
No, then.
flying scoutsman, but it's Tabson to find Carrigan. Now, the damage was done to both of the scout players. Keto's low, so Sirison. Don't know if the same rules really apply as the AWP does it to the scout, but you can still try and make it work. Now, Tabson's gone for more here. Brave boy.
Yeah, if anything, he's just confirmed that the T's taking a slow pace here. He spots the bomb, top mid. Frozen catching a nade right on the noggin. Now they want a biff. Needs one. He's clean into Beamers. Oh, nearly catching another as well. That's significant damage. And the fact that Zentares remained completely unannounced, there is a universe whereby he can get a double kill here. Likely they'll check it, but how keen will they be? Oh no, Robs has just got TP250. He had an AK. Big Clan are turning this one around, turning it completely on its head. Tamsin spots him returning to middle. He doesn't have to get too stressed.
Oh, the
Even
damage.
dinked him as well. 9 points of health for these two. Go on.
Oh, they traded each other. That's quite nice.
Don't often see that in Counter-Strike, do you?
We said Frozen was good in the clutches recently. It's a very difficult task to clutch this one out. He's faking the plant. No time now. Tabson takes him down from behind, upgrading to AK-47s. 2 scouts still in play in the hands of Keto and Zentares. So we will see the force buyback coming from Mouse. Rops automatically purchasing in with the Deagle and Kevlar. Frozen doing the same with the Deagle and head armor. And this was how it all started onto Carrigan towards the lower tunnels there. In the smoke, Rops losing Tabson. And, well, that was the round, basically, because the low HP... Frozen was already in play. And there was a lot of safety nets, right? There was the individual over towards Pit that we were talking about, Zentares. If they did go long, they would have just been taken down in that fashion. So can Mousesports continue to battle back? Need to wait and see how this force buy goes. Rops might be very quizzical. Sees the molly go deep. Warning shot skims past the ears of Keto. He's going to tuck himself in towards the back of platform. Right now, the crossfire, we've got Tabson and CT spawn over towards the B double doors with a little bit of utility left on over will be Zentares. Jiggle peeking. And they've actually swapped places. So Keto scouting towards middle from window. And it looks like Mousesports are taking cat control. They have 3 smokes in place. We have a couple of options here. They could just go for the standard A execute, drop the smoke towards CT, drop the one on the elevator boxes to one way over the top.
It looks like Frozen's throwing mid to B first, and I imagine that's just to try and keep those CTs on B dug in. Won't be able to provide too much support, but that pulls out so much util out of the CTs that, to be honest, there's nothing left. You can't go. You're going to have to go as they just start to fade, and they will. Through the smoke, and Sisson plucks Carrigan out of the air. Knocks his head off his shoulders. He's on for 3. Tags him every single bullet connecting. Finally, Chris J silences him, but the damage is done. Bomb will be planted. Oh, Sisson, fast becoming one of my favorites with a scoped weapon. Frozen giving them the fight they waited for. Flank from Rops, not getting him anything. And this one's over. This one's done. 11 for Big Clan, and doing so cleanly. I wonder what the goose is saying. Do you think it just says goose in Arabic?
I believe so.
Okay.
This becomes very difficult for Mousesports now. You can see their money situation not looking flush whatsoever, and that's even with the plant coming on through. This is the replay of Carrigan being grabbed mid-air. Back broken over Sirison's knee there as he continues to do damage, and we've got a Big Clan fan there down the bottom wearing the jersey.
He sleeps in that headband as well.
Yeah?
Yeah. The Big Clan headband. If you sleep in it, chances are they win on the game day.
Oh, I didn't know that superstition.
Yeah.
Does that only work for Big?
Yeah. The Big Clan headband, kind of a talk about thing. Searson's already taken us down to 4 for this eco, so we can already get this one wrapped on up.
I have a question for you, Alex.
Yeah.
Because obviously you've been around Germany a little bit.
Yeah.
when you're in your discussions of you know, when you're talking to people and they go, oh, like, what do you do? And you go, yeah, I do this, and you mention Counter-Strike. Has anyone gone, oh yeah, big?
No.
No. Okay. Well, maybe in the
Have
future.
they with you?
No.
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 No, it's not got to the same level of visibility that the Danes have, you know, with Astralis.
Yeah, theirs is wild.
Yeah, exactly. I think, you know, that's definitely the closest that's come, but Germany's still kind of in the dark with video games. Good tags. So it does get overwhelmed. It's not going to be too much of an issue, though, because Centaurus is there to tidy up, pick up the pieces. 2 HP. Making me want to play CS this. This is definitely... Are you still down to clown tonight, Lauren? Yeah, she's nodding. That's good.
Sorry, yeah, I'm just shoveling food in my mouth.
I was thinking... I forgot all about mine. It's over there.
Oh, it's a bit sad now, is it? You reckon?
Probably...
There'll be an ad break coming soon. Don't worry about it, guys. This one's going to be over quick.
You reckon?
Right.
Yeah.
Full faith?
Got a pretty good feeling that Big are
Got
going to
that
take us
Chad
to a
promise
third
on it,
here.
the stamp of authority?
I never do that. I'd never go full Jason Moses O'Toole. You never do that.
Never.
I think I miss him.
So the guns are
He's
out.
casting.
And this having Chris J doing the primary AWPing role is telling me that there has been a real shift in Mousesports' approach. So Carrigan very quick down towards mid, dumping a fast mid to B smoke, more flashes, forcing forward down to Zentaris. So if they can't find any gaps, they can't find any space, Mousesports are going to find themselves in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, I see what you're saying, Chad. I'm picking up what you're putting down. Tizian as well, laying down some bullets on the cross. And they can back up now. Tabson's actually just looking to take some space. It's interesting that he's opted for that. Torres actually losing the duel against Rops, and Tabson wants to trade. Rops just gets both of them. That's
not a fight
nuts.
you take.
What?
That is potentially going to turn the tide of battle here in round 20. Deep flash, he wants to peek off that. Or either just reposition opposite the mantle on the box. 3 remain. You got a pretty good idea that there's 2 at A.
Yeah, now 2 of them are AWPs. So if they do eventually get past these 2, it's probably a save anyway. But BMAS going to lead the way. 11 kills to his name, quieter than the normal BMAS we've been seeing as of late. Love to have taken down Sirius in there, but he does stay alive on just 7 HP, but that one was quick. But the trade comes through. Sirison still being a nuisance here.
Yeah, great reactions. Rops is going to have called that, and so the wallbang comes in. And Keto falling as well. Rops has had quite the round, finishing off with 3. And Chad just letting out a...
Was that a sigh?
That was a sigh.
I can't understand why you would take this fight. Like, okay, so
Wanted a trade, I
Zentaris
guess.
goes, yeah, he's low. But that fight's great for the T's.
Yeah.
It's not a good fight for the CT to be taking by any means. So very quizzical stuff going on here from Big, as they will be able to purchase back in. Tizian will only be down towards that Deagle. Looks like he dropped across one of these AWPs because he had 6,800 spent for this round. Carrigan this time fast out towards Long. Only 6 kills to his name, but at least he's making space. We've got Long for free, can go for a bit of a Na'Vi approach right now, as patrolling over towards T-spawn is Chris J with the AWP, making sure there's no pushes coming on forward. And you can see here the utility that's going to come out in exchange. When Mousesports drop these crossover smokes, Sirison and co have a truckload of utility to use themselves. So flashes on over, pick control being taken. Sirison seeing if he can find anybody, searching for a little bit too much within the early stages of this round. Chris J has left T-spawn. He's in pit now, and they'll walk up under the guise of his AWP. He's the protector, the guardian angel, to make sure nobody swings on out, jumps on over, and tries to get a deep look.
Sirson is entirely positioned to stop Chris J's supportive AWPing. Tizian just catches one as they cross. He was flashed and everything, just straight through the smoke. Sirson set up for success, and it's frozen to take his head off. Now Mousesports have got something to say. They've got something to contribute. Tabson on Gandalf, though, and Bemis is given a fight. He does find it cleanly. Tizian, though, surely they're ready for it. Yep, catching him gray-screened. Leaves Keto and Zentares with a lot to do. Zentares takes the first step in the direction of victory, in the direction of 13. Nade doesn't quite find its mark. Bemis, though, very low. He's going to be susceptible to wallbangs in the corner of that box. He does tuck in. Keto with only an AWP. It does really fall to Zentares. What can you do? A 2-on-2.
I want to see Frozen in this. He has to be instrumental. BMAS can take the attention. He can do what he wants, but it's going to be Frozen with the HP. They swing on it, try to face short. BMAS now the only one alive. All of this, the bullet just whizzes past his head.
God.
This is a precarious fight. Beamer still does it. One bullet would have put him to bed.
Yeah, and you could see Keto was hunting him down with a pistol. I just thought he'd start clicking.
Just spam that bad boy.
Beamer's playing with fire. He saves the day for Mousesports. We'll see this again. The first kill from Tizian was really nice. I want to see how he did it from his POV. Okay, it was just a strafe out, counter strafe and click. Bemis, though, this was his first. You can see he loses a lot of health in the process and then just being hunted. The crosshair placement, good enough. It's practically just aiming with his movement keys at that point. But now they've broken them, and now the gap will close. Big Clan could be letting Dust2 slip away if they lose another one of those type of rounds. This one is all but a given.
Yeah, that was, I still just can't get over that CT fight that came on through mid-doors to T-spawn with rifles. Wild.
Got you, hasn't it?
It has. It's unraveled me a little bit, but 2,400 will be the next round loss bonus for Big, and as they're only rocking 4 USPs and the P250 for Zantares as he gets tagged through the door, that's unconfirmed damage. Maybe confirmed. Maybe Carrigan heard something go down there as he was close towards the mid-doors when that shot was fired. They're pushing through mid. The flash is over. Carrigan gets a chance to mop up a couple of freebies here.
Or not. I mean, Tabson and Searson with 2 USP frags. It's certainly not nothing, but it isn't much. We will see the double digits found. And Mousesports starting to post a competitive scoreline here on Dust2.
Yeah, and if they win this one, then they're really in this matchup. So taking a look into round 23, we need to see what buy comes forward. Searson has enough to buy the AWP. They're saving again.
Wow.
Okay.
Is
now
this around the orb? But wait,
they want the full buy, right? You have very few teams out there who will play this style of CS, Big are one of which. They're more than happy to take like more partial buys and see if they can convert so they can get the full guns out. Astralis are one to do it when they feel that they're up to an opponent that is on their level. Snade's going to do a decent chunk of damage. That means the scout can tag Chris up and take him down, but the push is coming.
Yeah, they're going on this one. Keto fully blind. Does get to stay alive. And a little help on the cross from Zantares, but it quickly quelled by Carrigan. As now the B-side's theirs, bomb should be planted. Yes, they could still do some damage here. Keep in mind this P250, it's a deagle, it's a scout. They could do some work. But there shouldn't be too many presenting offers, really. There shouldn't be much on the table, I feel.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. This one should be nothing. He's actually just walking in with his knife out. Actually, no, look at this. We're obviously...
AK, wow.
We're the Dumbos. Tabson has smoked the molly and grabbed an AK, so he'll be bringing that into the next.
Very nice.
That's not too bad to be carrying on forward. They will have a buy in the next round regardless, but an AK-47, definitely more potent than the M4A4. Carrigan, if you go any further, my friend, you will have 2 angry CTs on the other side of things. Now they know the scout's in spawn. They won't be trying to exit through the tunnels. Just hiding behind the pillar will be Rops there. And Tizian seeing what he could find. Not a lot, but Searson will eventually take down Rops. The money on the other side of things for Mouse is pretty decent. They don't have too many woes going into round 24. The same can be said for Big after that other partial investment. And they're going to call a timeout, their first one here on Dust2. 4 rounds on the trot right now for Mouse. As you can see the scores on the doors. Frozen continuing that fantastic form from Nuke. 20 kills for him, over 100 points of ADR. On the other side of things, you have Tabson leading the charge. 19 kills, 87 ADR. Down the bottom of the barrel for each team, Carrigan, he's got 10 kills. And Tizian for Big Clan on 9. As we move into round 24, maybe we see the double orb setup coming on through. We know that Searson and Keto have rocked those already so far within this matchup. Perhaps it could even drop one across, and there you go, that's the smoke. Grab the AK, and that's all she wrote, really. It's just a couple of highlights here to cap you off, to get you ready, and as we come back from this, we should be underway. So Searson, AWP, Keto definitely with that secondary. It was dropped across from Tabson. They're making that money work. It looks like it's going to be another B piece. Carrigan quickly down middle, barreling fast. Molotov to force back Searson from Cap, but he's going to play ahead of it. Oh, look at that damage. 34 remaining already, and Carrigan's also taken all of this space. Oh.
Oh, Zantares, that was too bold.
Oh, he's
whiffed it?
Booch. And lost him his life. Rops is into the site, lost his life. Keto doing the damage, doing it all, doing them dirty. Only one for Mousesports, and it is just Chris. He gets the one. Frozen clutching up with the first, but not enough. And so Big Clan back on the scoreboard. A recovered AWP brings the doubles over to an otherwise broken CT economy. They'll be happy to see that. So really a lot of wins, and Keto's shot's a big part of that. Getting both of them, the flashbangs in support over his head. Was Tabson finding his second as well onto Chris J. Otherwise that 2v2, like the 2v3, Had some legs to it.
Yeah, both Karrigan and Xantares fumbling a little bit in mid there. You could see Xantares leaning over towards the A side of things to help boost up Sirison towards Count to go for that early pick, and then rotating back over, a bit lackadaisical about what could have been. He knew that there was an aggressive Molotov towards short. He knew there were fast mid-doors flashes, but gambling that Karrigan hadn't pushed on out. And then you saw Karrigan fumbling the smoke as well. So a comedy of errors over towards middle, but Big will keep their heads above water. 13 on the board now, 11 for Mousesports, round 25 about to get underway. Timeout taken from Mousesports, their first of Dust2. Very late in the piece here to see these timeouts coming on in. Frozen has a long spawn, Karrigan can follow through, rifles are out, Chris J can AWP mid, looks like BMAS is heading over towards tunnels. Might be a bit of a fight over towards long right now.
There's no one for the CT side on long yet, so it's going to be a passive hold if anything. Frozen's out, Karrigan following. Bang on. Now, let's take a look at what we have on the other side, though. We've got some information being garnered by Keto, pushing in towards those B tunnels. You do have Sirison doing the same thing as well, up short. So very proactive with these AWPs. Hyper aggressive.
Yeah,
you don't often see this.
I think there's a world where BMAS really, really...
Guys.
Yeah, that's a nasty one. Rops just can't believe his luck on the collect, but Sirison, same smoke. Looking for a different result this time. Not quite going to find it. The Molotov forces him forwards, and now he's in a bit of a spot of bother. He's in limbo, but he's got the quick scopes to keep himself out of trouble. Digging himself out of the hole. Frozen finds a gap in the smoke. Needs another, anticipates Tabster, but it's Tizzy, and he had to worry about double kill. Rops has fluffed his lines as well, and 14 found for Big Clan. Mousesports sent to Squala. 2K, 2.5, 3 at the high end.
2,400 next round for them, so it could just be the pistol investment right here, but that means they will be conceding round number 15 over towards Big. And this is the initial kill here from Keto. You could see the rotation coming on over from Rops, and when you heard that back of Catwalk smoke get dumped to isolate from Big, he didn't have too many options on how he could help. But as you mentioned, that fluff in the backlines there, that was the only way back in for Mouse, and now they're just down to the save rounds. Rops automatically tagged on up, finished off through with that USP. And Big feel like they're picking up steam here. Map number 3 will be Inferno. 2 more rounds to get there. Round 15 feels certain, as it will just be 2 Glocks and a P250 remaining. That'd be a real effort from Mousesports to continue this one going forward, having to defend 4 match points it'll be. It's possible, it's definitely possible, but they're going to need some opening kills. They're going to need to make some room and hope that Big have a couple of fumbles and stumbles.
Yeah, no good spawn for the anyone willing to equip the AWP. Might be seeing that. Good tag and frag there from Keto. It's nice to see Big Clan with, like, you know, no longer the firepower discussion. Just really glad that that firepower being attributed, you know, oh, good team with some heavy strategy, but they just lack the firepower to convert. You know, that whole dialogue's just over now. We can just put that to bed, and now they're a genuine squad that can compete with tier 1 teams on a regular basis. In fact, taking the #1 spot in the world during the online era.
Well, they've isolated back Cat again, and Tabson's actually pushing forward off of this, so he might go for a push through this, and I wouldn't hate it. The fact that they have so many rounds to work with, getting a little bit cheeky, wouldn't be the worst.
Chris has lost his life already. It was Searson to draw blood on that car position. Got a 2-2 split at the T's here. Are they ready for Xantares' position? He was a lazy clear. He's got 1, and he may even find Rops. Oh dear, this round is over. This game is going to 3. Frozen seems to disagree, but it would be an impossible task. A 2-on-4. Make it 1.1 versus 4. He spots the hand. Emus recovers an AWP. It does mean he's certainly willing to take this duel. There's no way Searson has another look, though. Why would you? Why would you? He'd never. Doesn't need to. Get an ants in his pants. Deploys a flash. Bemis doesn't quite get the timing. Frozen, perhaps. Oh, dear.
Oh, dear.
Okay, the 1v3. I'm not feeling it. I think this one's Biggs, and BMAS knows that, but he's going to be valiant even in defeat on this map. 2 AWPs trained on his direction. This would take a catastrophic mistake.
Look at that.
And it's over and done with. Sirison to seal the deal. We're going all the way, ladies and gents. You thought Nuke was going to be it? No, no, no. You thought Dust2? No, no, no. We're going all the way through to the 3rd map.